In this video, we'll be talking about ways to pack light and save weight on your next trip. Whether you're traveling for an extended period of time or looking to optimize your bag, we're here to help. Hey, I'm Tom from Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. The gear you choose has a big impact on weight. When it's time to buy, check out our recommendations at Backcountry, this video's sponsor. Plus, stay tuned for an exclusive discount. Let's dive in. One of the main reasons to cut down on weight is for ease of travel. Instead of waiting at the airport carousel, grab your carry-on from the overhead bin and avoid the crowds. Plus, you won't be bogged down with a heavy bag if you have time to kill before checking in at your hotel or Airbnb. You'll also have less trouble fitting in with carry-on weight requirements. We've collected data for more than 140 airlines and found that while the most popular limit is 22 pounds, some can get as low as 11, especially in Asia. Even if you're flying with a major airline that doesn't have these kind of restrictions, a lightweight carry-on is so much more comfortable to carry. Our sweet spot is 22 pounds or less, but your mileage may vary based on your body type and preference. We recommend testing out different fits and adjusting as needed. Lightweight bags are also a great way to save some cash. If you're puddle jumping between countries and able to match each airline's restrictions, you won't need to pay to check a bag. That said, it is worth checking the fine print. Some airlines count your personal items weight towards your carry-on. If they don't, use a separate bag to hold heavy gear like a laptop and save the carry-on weight. That leads us to our next tip. Get off on the right foot by paying attention to the weight of your empty travel bag. Aim for a pack between 2 and 4 pounds. It's okay to go over that weight if that bag is great for you, but just keep in mind you may have to sacrifice some gear. The Fjallraven travel pack falls at 3.6 pounds, but has granular storage that eliminates the need for additional cubes and pouches. Each compartment is segmented with mesh zippered pockets to sort everything from clothing to tech. If you crave packing freedom, go with something that's lightweight with minimal organization. Patagonia's Arbor Roll Top Pack is 1.5 pounds and only has a few pockets to keep gear in check. The rest of the bag is an open space for packing cubes and pouches, which is our preferred way to stay tidy on the go. Keep in mind that every feature on your bag also adds weight. Consider going without a big hip belt or lots of webbing unless it's a deal breaker for you. Plus, the larger the bag, the more material required to make it. However, some fabrics are naturally lighter than others. Choosing a bag with Dyneema instead of a heavier material like canvas will allow you to increase your capacity without adding too much weight. Once you find your comfort sweet spot, it's time to get packing. It's important to leave space in your carry-on if you like to buy things abroad, or bring along a lightweight packable bag that you can use as your personal item on the way back. The Matador On-Grid Packable Hip Pack is 3.66 ounces and doubles as an everyday carry bag, though it's on the smaller side. For more storage space, the Baggu Standard Tote is only 1.9 ounces and packs into a small 5-inch square pouch. If you're traveling with a buddy, take advantage of your combined bag capacity. Share gear that's easy to split, like toothpaste or face wash, or divide items between bags and share the load. However, if you're solo traveling, then you'll need to reduce the weight on your own. If you're the thrifty type, leave behind clothing that you can do without. Once you get to your destination, fill in the gaps by shopping at local donation centers and nonprofits. When it's time to leave, redonate whatever you purchased. You'll support local organizations and save weight at the same time. It's a win-win. Small actions can create big impacts. This video's sponsor feels the same way. Backcountry works with nonprofits and advocacy groups to make adventuring more accessible to everyone. Help the Nature Conservancy protect the environment by donating a few extra dollars at checkout, or participate in events that support groups like the National Ability Center and Wildland Firefighter Foundation. Plus, they make it easy to search for responsibly made gear, filter categories to show Blue Sign approved products, recycled materials, and more. Or go to their responsible products page and browse through top brands like Patagonia and the North Face. If you're torn on what to buy, their gearheads are always ready to help. They're seasoned travelers just like us who are available to answer your questions via email, web chat, or phone. Use code PACKHACKER15 for 15% off your first purchase at backcountry.com. Some exclusions may apply. Now, back to the tips. When deciding what to leave behind, we find it easiest to follow our hierarchy of needs. Clothing is the most essential thing to pack, but avoid luxury items like a travel pillow if you're rapidly approaching the weight limit. The bigger or heavier an item is, the more you should think about leaving it behind. A laptop may seem like a necessity, but top brands like Apple and Microsoft can weigh anywhere from 2.5 to 3.5 pounds. That's a significant amount of ideal carry-on weight, which will only increase as you add clothing and toiletries. Opt for a small tablet instead of a powerful laptop if you're not traveling to work remotely. It can double as an e-reader if you download the Kindle or Nook app, or travel without any device and fight the temptation to check in on work emails. If you're really committed, consider going the no poo or no shampoo route. Before starting life as a digital nomad for 2 years, I trained my hair out of relying on soaps to stay clean. It took about a month, and it's not the smoothest process, but it'll save you time, money, and most importantly, weight, since you won't need to carry around shampoo while you're traveling. Even though heavy gear has a huge impact, it's still worth optimizing smaller items. Unlike other liquid counterparts, solid toiletries like soaps and toothpaste tabs don't require multiple storage containers. Also consider removing unnecessary keys from your keyring and replacing the rest with lightweight aluminum keys cut at your local hardware store. You can even reduce your wallet's weight by removing cards and IDs that you don't need while you're traveling. We're also big fans of compressible gear. The Platypus soft bottle is only 0.8 ounces and rolls up to the size of a tube of travel toothpaste when empty. If you're okay without the insulation to keep your water cold, it is a great replacement for a standard stainless steel bottle. Meanwhile, packable jackets have a great warmth to weight ratio and take up little space inside your bag. The Arc'teryx Cerium LT down jacket is 11 ounces and comes with a separate pouch when it's time to stow it away. Meanwhile, the Patagonia Nano Puff weighs in at 11.9 ounces and packs into its own pocket. Both are lightweight options that will keep you warm in temperatures above freezing and can double as a pillow on long flights or layovers. If you're smart about your gear, you can bring less without sacrificing function. You can also reduce the number of items you bring by packing gear with multiple uses. The Sea to Summit Ultra Sil Dry Sack can keep dirty clothing separate and sensitive gear dry depending on your needs. Versatile clothing is also a must-have. Create a capsule wardrobe so you don't end up packing clothing that you don't wear. Pack a buff and use it as a face cover, hat, headband, or scarf. We also like bringing a pair of shorts that double as swim trunks. Aim for thinner material and easy to layer styles. It's more granular so you can shed or add clothing as needed. An important factor is the weight of each garment. Rather than packing multiple bulky sweaters for cold weather, opt for more technical clothing like merino wool. It helps regulate body temperature naturally without being too heavy. Finally, condense gear where you can. Instead of bringing multiple pouches, add your razor, deodorant, or other non-liquid toiletries to your 311 TSA bag. And a universal cable allows you to charge multiple devices instead of bringing a separate cord for your phone, laptop, and tablet. One of the most granular ways you can save on weight is by reducing the size of your gear. Instead of a regular sized toothbrush, break the head off and avoid the handle entirely. Or leave your full razor at home and only bring the blade. Just make sure that it's not a safety razor, which is not TSA compliant. Tech is some of the heaviest gear you can bring, so it's important to try to reduce the weight of individual accessories. We like using a GAN charger because it's lighter than a standard silicone model. Similarly, lower capacity battery banks are often lighter than their more powerful counterparts if you're okay sacrificing charging capacity. You can also cut down on the physical size of toiletries that you bring. If you opt for solid versions, cut it in half and only bring a portion rather than the full bar. Pay attention to how much you use in the amount of time that you'll be traveling and cut your bars down to that size. It is a small way to save ounces, but your back will thank you in the long run. So there you have it, some of our favorite ways to reduce weight in a carry-on bag. If you have any tips that we didn't mention in this video, please drop a comment down below, because remember, some of the best tips come from you, the Pack Hacker community, right here on YouTube. When you start hunting for lightweight gear, make sure to check out backcountry.com and use code PACKHACKER15 for 15% off your first order. Link down in the description below. Thanks for keeping it here at Pack Hacker, your guide to smarter travel. We'll see you in the next video.